Closed captioning sponsored by Superior Toyota Hyundai and WVU Medicine Camden Clark. Live from our studios at One Television Plaza, this is WTAP News at 6.
Today is primary election day in Ohio. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Phyllis Smith. It's primary election day in Ohio. Polls opened this morning at 6:30 for in-person voting. People have until 7:30 this evening to get in line at their polling place to cast a ballot. Voters in Washington County will have their eyes on one contested race today. That's the race for the county's next sheriff. It's law enforcement veteran Ronald Greg Noe facing current Chief Deputy Mark Warden. There is no Democrat running in this election. There are also two school levies on the ballot, one each for Belpre City Schools and Warren local schools. You can find more information about the election and the races on our web channel, WTAP.com. Well, turning to the weather now, a windy day to vote. Meteorologist Kirk Greenfield joins us now with the first look at your forecast. Kirk.
Well, the sun certainly made it seem brighter and warmer when we take a look at the Jan Dills Marietta Skycam atop the Lafayette Hotel. We're at 50 degrees finally, but you see a little shudder in this camera. That's because the breeze is out of the southwest at 17 miles per hour. We're looking at the relative humidity of 23%. The pressure, 29.68 inches, is falling. The combination of these factors means there's an elevated risk of wildfire, and as a result, you need to be very careful with any open flame. There is a burning ban that's in effect on both sides of the river as we go through this time period. The elevation of fire risk due to the low relative humidity, the wind speeds with some gusts to 30, and the seasonal burn ban, as I just mentioned. When we take a look at the overnight forecast, we're looking at temperatures that'll drop to the mid to lower 40s, but not expected to go below freezing. So that's a step in the right direction, but unfortunately, we can't hang on to that relative warmth. I'll explain that when I return in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Kirk. Now back to our election coverage. Our Chase Campbell is covering the race for Washington County Sheriff and the 6th Congressional District race. Chase joins us now live from Marietta at the Board of Elections to tell us more about these races that are on the ballot. Chase.
Thank you, Phyllis. First, I was actually able to speak with the Board of Elections members just a little bit ago, shortly after 5 o'clock. They were returning from visiting every polling place in the county. According to them, the elections are going smoothly. There aren't any major issues at any of the polling places. Now, going to what's actually on the ballot, as you said, there is one big contested race at the county level here in Washington County, and that's the race for sheriff, where we have Mark Warden going up against Greg Noe. Both men have a lot of experience serving in law enforcement in Washington County, with Warden having spent 37 years in the Sheriff's Department, where he's currently the Chief Deputy, and Noe having spent 4 decades in various law enforcement agencies, having spent the longest time as a captain in the Marietta Police Department. Looking toward the national political stage, there's the 6th district congressional race in Ohio. Now, this race is a little unusual on the ballot this year because it appears on the ballot twice. One race here is for the remainder of Congressman Bill Johnson's unexpired term. Johnson retired from Congress earlier this year. Voters are also voting for who will assume the full term that starts in 2025. Now, the candidates for that congressional race are on the Democratic side, seeking the primary there, Rylan Finzer and Michael Kripchak. Both are relative newcomers to politics. On the Republican side, Michael Ruley, Reggie Stolkfus, and Rick Sy are all seeking the Republican nomination. Ruley is currently a state senator in Ohio, and Stolkfus is currently serving in the state House of Representatives. Sy is another relative political newcomer. He's a businessman and doctor from East Palestine, Ohio, who says he was motivated to run partially due to the impacts of the awful train derailment that happened there last year. We're going to have more on these races and more election coverage later on into the night, but that's it for now. Thank you, Phyllis. Back to you.
Chase Campbell reporting live from Marietta. Chase, thank you. The primary election is here in Washington County, and people are heading to their polling locations to vote. The Washington County Sheriff's race, 6th congressional seat that Chase was just talking about, Senator race, and others are part of today's ballot. All of these races and some others not named will have an impact on the Washington County neighborhoods, and voters recognized that today.
Well, I think it's important to vote, especially in the primaries, to get the right person in to run for the office.
So we can get good representatives of the state and the country.
Polling locations will close tonight at 7:30, but if you are in line by that time, you will still be able to cast your vote. Voting is underway right now for the Ohio primary. There are a few local races and issues that Washington County residents might be watching, including the Belpre and Warren local school district levies and Ohio's 94th district representative. Our Haley Lanham is live over at the Board of Elections in Marietta right now to tell us about the levies and the candidates in the 94th district race. Haley.
Yeah, thank you, Phyllis. I am down here at the Board of Elections here in Washington County, where in just a few hours the ballots will be counted. Looking ahead, we have the Belpre levy. They're searching for renewal, and it has most recently been passed since 2014. And if passed, it will raise over $800,000, and that will go towards books, buses, transportation, teacher salaries, and anything to keep the school operating. Looking ahead to Warren local schools, they are also searching for the renewal of the levy, and it has been in place since 1995, and it will also go towards maintenance, books, transportation, and anything also to keep them in operation. Looking into the race for the Republican nomination of the state representative of Ohio 94th District, we have Kevin Ritter going against Shannon Walker. Kevin Ritter is a businessman, and he is currently the county commissioner for Washington County. He is also taught at multiple schools here in Washington County. He taught history. And then Walker, he was in law enforcement for many years, but now he owns a tattoo shop. That is all I have for right now, and we hope to have some reactions later this evening. That is all I have right now. Back to you, Phyllis.
Haley Lanham reporting live in Marietta. Haley, thank you. Yesterday was the first day of Severe Weather Awareness Week. The National Weather Service plays an important role in helping the public stay informed when severe weather strikes, but they also rely on trained people called spotters to help them.
We have great remote sensing technology between radar and satellite, but have yet to invent a technology that can replace a pair of human eyeballs on a storm at a given moment. You can tell us what exactly is going on underneath. Whether there's hail occurring, is there a wall cloud, a funnel cloud, you see a tornado. You know, some of the areas, especially up in your viewing area, have relatively poor radar coverage compared to the rest of the area, with beam heights sometimes above 5,000 feet. So it's difficult to know exactly what's going on in the lowest levels of the storm. But if you have a storm spotter underneath that storm, it's easy to tell exactly what's going on when we get that real-time feedback.
You can find more about how to become a spotter by going to this interview on WTAP.com. Meteorologist Henry Groff will be previewing something new each day for Severe Weather Awareness Week. Still ahead, a teacher at Chris Elementary is the Golden Apple Award winner for this month. Meet Alyssa Gump next at 6.
A bright sunny day with cold wind again, but elevated fire risk in the Mid-Ohio Valley. That's next.
Tonight's news poll is sponsored by Baker & Baker Jewelers and by the Basement Doctor of West Virginia.
At In-N-Out Tire, we know that trucks are an important part of business in the Mid-Ohio Valley. That's why we stock tires for just about any size truck, from pickup trucks to large commercial trucks, and just about everything in between. In-N-Out Tire can install new tires quickly to keep your trucks on the road, saving you time and money. And with special fleet maintenance deals, you'll never have to take your trucks anywhere else. Come see us in Parkersburg or find out more at inouttire.com/fleet.
I have a simple rule. When Biden screws West Virginia, I sue Biden, and West Virginia wins. a lot.
When Biden came for our jobs with his radical Green New Deal, Patrick Morrissey sued Biden's EPA and won. Morrissey sued the swamp to protect our freedoms. He was the first candidate to endorse President Trump. As governor, Morrissey will keep taking on the tough fights and winning for West Virginia. Patrick Morrissey for governor. Proven conservative, fighter, winner.
With over 36 years of experience here at Bowser Roofing and Construction, we feel the job is worth doing right the first time. So when you need a new roof, windows, or siding, just call Bowser. Bowser Construction.
The Honda you want is here. So drive in the moment with the versatile CR-V or Accord. Both named a Car and Driver 10 Best. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Serving Parkersburg, Marietta, and the entire Mid-Ohio Valley. You're watching WTAP News at 6.
The Jan Dills Golden Apple Award was given to a reading interventionist from Chris Elementary School this morning. Our Alexa Griffey introduces us to this month's winner.
It just means a lot, honestly. Just makes me feel humbled.
Alyssa Gump is a reading interventionist at Chris Elementary and this month's Jan Dills Golden Apple Award winner. Gump has been at Chris for around 10 years, and she's known for being caring, collaborative, and one of the sincerest teachers. She said she was surprised when her name was announced as this month's winner.
I never really would have thought I would have gotten a golden apple. That's what I was thinking, like, what?
Gump is known for being passionate about her career and her students' success. She helps make school fun for everyone.
I just remember to laugh and smile, and I have great support system here. The people here are the best.
Gump is very involved with the school, helping with PTA, fundraisers, and events. This allows her to have a strong connection to her current and previous students, which she says means a lot to her. When asked what she'd say to all her students, this was her response.
I guess just thank you. It's been a joy to get to help kids with reading, and I just appreciate them helping me to love my job, and I just love every one of them.
Alexa Griffey, WTAP News. This is home.
You can head over to WTAP.com, click on Golden Apple, and fill out the nomination form if you would like to nominate a teacher for the Jan Dills Golden Apple Award. Now let's go to meteorologist Kirk Greenfield for another look at the forecast. Kirk, it seemed like a pleasant day to get out to vote.
Yes, the sun makes all the difference. It boosts the spirits, but it's been a gusty day, very windy, so there's been some wind chill associated with that as well. When we take a look at our radar satellite composite, we see clouds moving in. Unfortunately, that's going to dampen the sun, but it also will help to retain some of the relative warmth that we saw today, so we will not drop below freezing. That's the good news. When we take a look at the Highmark, West Virginia Skycam, we're at 50 degrees. The relative humidity is 23%. The winds out of the southwest 17, so between the two, that's elevated fire danger, and the barometric pressure 29.68 inches is falling somewhat rapidly. Looking at our current temperatures, 50 from Columbus, Athens, and Parkersburg, 54 down at Charleston and Cincinnati, so we're all pretty much in the same boat. The breeze from the southwest, maybe 15 to 17 miles per hour with some gusts at times. We're a good 15 to 16 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at the same time. So that's a step in the right direction. No radar echoes in the immediate vicinity. But once we get up into the New England states, or at least into northern Pennsylvania and New York State, it does look like there's snowfall there coming off from the Great Lakes well beyond us. As this flow continues to roll up the Ohio River Valley, we will benefit from it. Futurecast suggests we'll see cloud cover moving in as we go through the overnight. It may break occasionally, but by sunrise tomorrow, we'll have some broken skies. As a result, sunshine will allow those temperatures to pop again, but there's cold Canadian air that's going to be rolling down. It will not last for long, and once that gets into place, we're going to see temperatures really drop with clear skies on the overnight. Well, at the moment, we're at 50 degrees, partly cloudy and on the cool side, but I don't think anybody will complain since it's much warmer than yesterday. Our forecast suggests it'll go down to about 40 tonight. Partly cloudy as we go through the night. 53 for tomorrow's high, a little bit warmer than today, a mix of sun and clouds, but still breezy. And so those concerns about wildfire will be maintained tomorrow between the breeze and the low relative humidity. Again, it could be a dangerous situation, but we're going to drop to 22 Wednesday night. That's not a typo. That's correct. As we go below freezing the following night as well. Then we start to moderate with a chance of showers on Friday, more likely on Saturday, and we go back down just below freezing and eventually climb up to the mid-60s as we start the next work week. Well, tonight's winner for the Sketch the Outdoors contest, sponsored by People's Bank, is Flowers by Lily Brook. Very appropriate since this is the first official day of spring. If you'd like to enter the daily contest, submit your digital copy of your child's outdoor artwork on our WTAP webpage. Look for the entry, Sketch the Outdoors, and follow all directions to upload and enter. A new winner is drawn each weekday and presented at both 6 and 11 p.m. newscasts. Phyllis?
Thank you, Kirk. Still ahead, a wrestler on the Warren girls wrestling team has made big strides in her 2-year wrestling career. Meet Nevaeh Rockhold next at 6.
I'm Doug Scaff, a conservative Republican running for Secretary of State. I have spent my life building businesses and creating jobs. I am a pro-life conservative. I am pro-Second Amendment. Just like you, I've had enough of the D.C. liberals who don't care about West Virginia. And as your Secretary of State, I'll stand with the Republican nominee for president and fight for fair elections. I'm Doug Scaff, conservative Republican for Secretary of State, and I'd appreciate your support.
Your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the SSAC, supporting high school sports and encouraging our student athletes all across the state, including right here in Parkersburg. And Toyota is the only auto manufacturer with a plant here in West Virginia. We're the home team, on the field, on the track, and on the road. Toyota, let's go places.
A beautiful landscape can be yours with help from Thompson's Landscaping. Find peace and tranquility in your yard. Beauty unique to each season. Thompson's Landscaping and Garden Center, installing and maintaining your landscape for 45 years and 4 generations. Call to schedule your free design with Thompson's today.
What? What's that? Corned beef? Ooh, melty stuff. Sauerkraut? Plus Thousand Island? On special bread? Oh, got it. That's Arby's Reuben. Arby's, we have the meats.
Connect with confidence. Introducing Optimum's risk-free 60-day money-back guarantee. Experience fast 300 meg internet with 99.9% network reliability for as low as $30 a month. Or get faster speeds and choose a $200 gift on us. We're so confident you'll love your service, we'll even pay to switch you back. But we know you're gonna love it. Connect risk-free to 300 meg internet for as low as $30 a month. Call 8669-OPTIMUM. Go to Optimum.com or visit a store today.
WTAP.com is the place to go to watch all your news, weather, and sports on demand, whether you're out of town or just want to catch up on what you've missed. Local video on demand brought to you by WVU Medicine Camden Clark Medical Center.
TV's #1 new comedy is back.
That's Night Court, baby.
Tuesday.
One Warren wrestler has found a way to place in the Ohio State Wrestling Tournament in only her second year of wrestling. Our Karan Alston talked to Nevaeh Rockhold about her time wrestling and more.
Nevaeh Rockhold is a second-year wrestler on the Warren girls wrestling team. In just 2 years, she has made it to the Ohio State Tournament in as many years.
Last year was my first year wrestling, so going back to state this year, it was very exciting to even be able to do that.
Rockhold started her wrestling career in her junior year of high school, which is late for most high school athletes.
Our other senior, Kylie, she will soon be my sister-in-law. Her and her brother got me into it. My little brother also wrestled. He's 10 now, but he has wrestled since he's been little. And then when I got with her brother, it just kind of clicked. They brought me in here, and our coach, Jeff, just kind of looked at me and said, "You're going to be a wrestler. You're going to wrestle." So he got me in here, and it just happened.
It may seem like an easy road for Rockhold, but this year's tournament came with adversity her wrestling career hasn't seen before.
I wrestled my first match and I won, and then my second match I lost. So it was really nerve-wracking because you get into that third match and that's it. You have to win it to move on, or if you lose, you're done. So being able to even know that I placed winning that match was super exciting.
Now at the end of Rockhold's last season, she has found a way to be a leader in such little time.
At tournaments, you know, you're sitting there and you have the girls that are younger than you, and they might have wrestled more than me, but they look up to me and they're sitting there and asking me to help them get ready for their match because they're so nervous, and help them be able to win this match. And you just kind of go into that role of being the older person, even if you're not in there as long. They just kind of look up to you.
From Warren, Karan Alston, WTAP News, this is home.
Speaking of sports, the West Virginia women's basketball team is getting ready for their first round matchup against Princeton in the NCAA tournament this weekend. Josiah Schuneman has more in sports after this.
Wendy's new breakfast burrito is a full-blown breakfast.
I even made a cool bracelet to remember all the ingredients. 6 strips of bacon, 2 fresh cracked eggs, cheese sauce, and seasoned potatoes.
Is that an egg charm?
I had to trade big for that.
Now this is a breakfast burrito.
Go to WTAP.com daily to cast your vote on the WTAP News Poll question, and tune in nightly for WTAP News at 11 for the final poll results. The WTAP News Poll, sponsored by Baker & Baker Jewelers and the Basement Doctor.
Feel the rhythm, embrace the soul, as the West Virginia Symphony Orchestra Parkersburg presents a dazzling tribute to the king of jazz, Louis Armstrong. Join us for an unforgettable afternoon of swing and style as Louis Armstrong's legacy comes alive, March 24th at the Blenner-Hassett Middle School.
An accident can mean weeks of recovery and time away from your job with no money coming in, while the insurance company tries to pay out as little as possible. But you don't have to do this alone. When you reach out to Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law, you'll have someone on your side to help you get the compensation you deserve.
Hi, I'm Jan Dills. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car wreck, call us today.
I'm Chris Miller. I own guns because I like them. I shoot guns because it's fun, and it's my God-given right. Should it ever be necessary to protect my family from an armed criminal, I will not hesitate to exercise that right. So gun grabbers, listen up. Any attempt to infringe upon West Virginia's rights to keep and bear arms will be met with full resistance so long as I'm governor. I'm Chris Miller, and I suggest you just not try.
Step into spring with the West Virginia Symphony Parkersburg spring season. Fresh sounds, new conductor, endless excitement. Get your tickets now and experience the magic of the West Virginia Symphony Parkersburg, giving the gift of music to the Mid-Ohio Valley.
We're gonna get this guy together.
New Law and Order Thursday on NBC.
Good evening, everyone. For tonight's Jan Dill Student Athlete of the Week, we head to Williamstown High School to talk to the leading scorer on the boys basketball team from this past season. He led the Yellow Jackets to a state tournament appearance. Here's more with Parker Schramm.
Student Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law and WTAP. This is home.
Parker Schramm is a junior basketball player for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. He understands the importance of excelling both on the court and in the classroom.
Student athlete to me means student comes first always. If you can't have good grades, you obviously can't play. So I think that time management plays a big part in that, getting your schoolwork done, being able to practice, and then being able to play a game while also focusing on schoolwork.
Parker has had challenges balancing both his schoolwork and basketball. Despite these obstacles, he has gotten plenty of guidance along the way from his teachers and coaches.
The teachers and coaches are extremely helpful whenever it comes to that. Coaches mainly focus on us doing well in school while also performing on the court. So I think that it really helps, and the teachers are huge supporters of us playing sports.
Parker has been an important piece on a Williamstown team that sits at 10-1 on the season and is currently on a 2-game winning streak, with a game coming up next week against Ritchie County. Parker has plenty of goals for both him and his team, with the postseason just over a month away.
Team winning state, definitely. It's also a personal goal. First team All-State, I didn't quite get there last year. Got second team captain, so hopefully to make that jump this year. Well, also probably hitting 1,000 points. I think that's a big goal of mine. It's been a goal of mine since I was a kid. So I think that would be a good accomplishment this year.
From Williamstown, Josiah Schuneman, WTAP Sports, this is home. The West Virginia women's basketball team was selected as a number 8 seed for the 2024 NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. The Mountaineers begin the first round against number 9 seed Princeton in the Albany 2 region at the Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City, Iowa. That game will tip off on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. This will be the second straight NCAA tournament appearance for WVU and the 15th in program history. Their opponent Princeton earned an automatic bid to the Big Dance after defeating Columbia in the Ivy Madness Championship game last Saturday. Head coach Mark Kellogg talks about his mentality going into his team's first round matchup.
You just have to be extremely dialed in to the game plan, to what your strengths are. And then I think typically once the ball gets tossed, though, you get lost in the game and we just play hoops, and I just coach like I've been coaching and just trying to lead them, as best as I can. But yeah, I think you got to be careful trying to change what you've done that's been pretty successful up to date.
We got a full slate of games tonight in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Both the Williamstown baseball and softball teams are playing at home against Tyler Consolidated. The Yellow Jackets are beginning their season while the Lady Jackets look for their first victory. The Warren Warriors play host to the Waterford Wildcats in a scrimmage baseball game. The Parkersburg baseball team has a home game against Hurricane. All the games I just mentioned are in progress, while at 7 p.m. the Parkersburg South baseball team takes on Ripley at home. We'll have scores and highlights of these games at 11. And speaking of baseball, with the regular season games beginning tomorrow with the Soul Series, tonight's Sports Bowl question asks you, are you excited for the MLB season to begin? Yes or no? Vote in the sports section of WTAP.com. And that'll do it for sports tonight. When we come back, we will have one last look at the weather.
Let's all take a deep breath, because once we peel out, there's no looking back.
Welcome to American Freight. Oh, my.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you have any fancy name brand refrigerators for broke college kids who
broke their parents' fancy name brand refrigerator?
Might have.
We've got incredible prices on open box appliances.
Wow.
Which means they might have a scratch or a dent.
So did the one I broke. No one will ever know.
At American Freight, you get great value at low prices, and you get to take it home today.
I'm gonna leave this here with you.
Sure. Okay. Visit AmericanFreight.com to find a store near you.
Wash Right Unlimited Car Wash. Keeping your car clean should never be a hassle. Wash Right Unlimited Car Wash is the quick, easy, and friendly way to wash your car. Unlimited memberships start at just $15 a month and include the use of clean towels, vacuums, and our mat cleaners.
Stop by and see us. I'm Kevin Jacobs, owner-operator, and I'm proud to live in Parkersburg. And I'm Travis Alston, owner-operator, and I also am proud to call Parkersburg my home.
Get a car wash done right. Wash Right Unlimited Car Wash. Parkersburg, Vienna, Marietta, and coming soon to Belpre.
How do we solve our patients' complex medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' complex medical problems right here at home. Working together, that's expecting more.
At Sir Speedy, we're not just about ink on paper.
We're your one-stop destination for all your printing needs. From eye-catching signs to promotional materials that leave a lasting impression, we bring your ideas to life. Our experts are here to guide you through every step, ensuring your brand stands out. Print it right. Choose Sir Speedy for all your printing needs. Reliable and tailored to perfection. That's our promise. Helping you get noticed. Sir Speedy, your print partner for success.
You can download the free Pinpoint Weather app from WTAP directly into your phone and get all the weather information. Now tonight we're going to see temperatures drop to the lower 40s, but due to the high breeze and the low relative humidity, there's an increased risk of wildfire, not only for this evening, but also into Wednesday. So you want to be very careful with any open flame in there. Of course, there is a burning ban during this time of year as well. So keep an eye on that.
Thank you, Kirk. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back tonight at 11 with election coverage.